Welcome back to another episode of Going to the Gym. On today's episode, we will be discussing the importance of bench press and getting an upper body pump 3 days a week. So, stay tuned. I'm going to blow your freaking minds. On our way to this gym to go do today's secondary bench. Not primary bench. Not doing comp bench today. We're doing a 3-count pause. So that'll be fun. 6 sets of 2 3-count pause at 255. So that should be fun. But then after that, we get to go into a nice little upper body pump with some rowing, some curls, some skull crushers. What else we got? Oh, incline dumbbells. That'll be fun. Big part of me really likes doing the incline dumbbell. Not sure why, just do. And yeah, should be a good time. We hope. I did run this morning. Managed to wake my ass up and get outside and run. Oh, that was a short green light, dude. I'm going. Shortest green light I've ever seen. Did manage to run this morning. Got outside, did 2 miles. Interval training. Half mile warm up. Half mile cool down. And in between that, we did 1 minute on and 1 minute off. And the off minute, I'm still running on the off minute, so it's not like I'm walking or anything. It's just a slower jog. It's nothing crazy. I'm not trying to break a record, but the minute on, I am trying to break a record. Trying to do that minute as fast as I can and sustain it. I'm not trying to. What I'm not trying to do is go and do my first minute interval at like a 5-minute pace, and then have the next 3 intervals suffer and be like an 8-minute because I'm winded from the first one. So I try to keep them all roughly the same. I try to keep them within the same, give or take 30 seconds. I mean, they're all going to be slightly different, and they usually are. But I try to keep them roughly the same, not trying to have huge swings in my intervals. So did manage to do that. And it was nice and easy. It took me about 20 minutes. Got back to the house, took a protein shake to the face. I don't typically I typically run fasted, right? Like I wake up in the morning on Wednesdays and on Saturdays when I run, my 2 running days, and I just go. I don't eat anything. This morning I guess I had like a small glass of water with some electrolytes in it, and then that was it. I just went, man. And when I get back, it's been a while since I've eaten anything, 12 hours, So on running days that I run like that, where I'm exhausting my muscles early in the morning on an empty stomach, I'll take a protein shake to the face after that. I use clear protein. So it's just something that's really easy to digest, rapid assimilation, nothing crazy. And then I put some carbs in there as well, just some dextrose, really. And I just drink that when I get back, So I did that this morning. Not a big believer in the anabolic window. I don't do protein shakes after a workout. Haven't done that in years. I just go home and eat lunch and they call it a day. So not a believer in the anabolic window. As a matter of fact, I don't think there's a 2-camp system to that. Like the camp that says, oh, it's real, and the camp that says, oh, it's fake. I think that there's been enough scientific evidence prove that it's not a thing, really, that you're not going to waste a workout per se because you don't go home and immediately down a protein shake. I think that as long as you're getting your daily requirement of protein and calories, whatever that may be, you'll gain muscle, you'll lose fat, you'll achieve your goals. So timing is much less important. As with anything in life, timing is much less important than just consistency. So there's that. I stay consistent. I don't try to time it perfectly, So that's typically what I do. But on days that I run, I will take a protein shake because I'm fasted. I'm exhausted. My muscles are tired. I'm tired and sweaty. It's hot here, It's 85 degrees before the sun comes up. And so I'm, just to get a little something in my system, help turn the lights back on after a run, especially on a hard day like today where I'm doing intervals. So I did that, and then I go about my day normally. I have my normal breakfast, my normal lunch. I might bust calories today. I don't think I will. I do have to make adjustments throughout the rest of the day. Didn't have a banana this morning. Would have probably had a banana most days, but since I had the protein shake with the carbs in it earlier, I decided to forego the banana, just to save, I don't know, like 100 calories or whatever it is, some carbs for later. And I'm going to have to switch my lunch up just a teeny tiny bit, so that it's not so calorie heavy, because it does have a tendency. My lunch is by far the biggest meal of the day for me. It's usually one that's like, just depending, it depends, anywhere between 1,200 and 1,400 calories, 1,500 calories maybe. It's the biggest meal that I eat, so I had to tune that up a bit just so that I'm not, initially when I plugged everything into my tracker, I had like 40 grams of protein, 40 grams of carbs, and like 60 grams of fat left for dinner, and like, I don't know, 500 calories or something ridiculous. So it's like, all right, well, I got to make some adjustments here so I don't, overeat, because I want to eat more at dinner time. I guess I don't necessarily have to eat more at dinner time. I just, I enjoy eating in the evenings, having one last meal. Nothing wrong with that. So I'm gonna switch it up a bit and just kind of play with the numbers to see what I can do. But I'll definitely dial back my lunch a bit. Will not be consuming 1,500 calories at 1 p.m. like I normally do. So as much fun as I think that might be, I mean, I do love lunch. Lunch is like the high point of the day for me. Outside of the gym, lunch is definitely like the high point of my day. I just like eating it because I get to get back from the gym, have a nice little pump going, and I get to eat my lunch, get back to work. I'll put a show on in the background, just kind of have that there. But anyways, I'm just kind of rambling now. I'm gonna get in here. Probably not gonna record today just because I'm at the gym. I don't know. I mean, it's secondary bench day, dude. But I'm at this gym that supposedly doesn't allow tripods. We'll see. I've been keeping my eyes peeled for other people using tripods just to confirm my own suspicions. I have a buddy that goes here that he records his squats, so I know that he's using a tripod. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see how it shakes out. But when it's all said and done, if there's no lifting video here today, know that you are not missing much. 6 sets of 2 3-count pause. That's all I'm doing. But yeah. This whole thing has got me thinking, though, about going to the other gym that I visit more frequently, like doing the main big 3 there, squat, bench, and deadlift, going there 3 times a week and doing that so that I can record and that I can use a combo rack and kilo plates. Because I do enjoy using like competition equipment, like Texas power bars, combo racks, kilo plates, deadlifting platforms, things like that. I enjoy using those just to give it that little bit of like authentic feel, I guess. I have no issue using stuff in this commercial gym though, at all. It's training, but I like to simulate the experience as much as I can, the experience of like being on a meet platform. So, yeah, so I've been toying with that idea. I don't know if I'll do that yet. It's a bit of a drive. It's another like 5 to 7 minutes up the road, so it's a little farther away, but it's not terrible. But anyways, I'm gonna go inside and get warmed up, and maybe I'll see you in there. I don't know. If not, I'll definitely see you after, and we can talk about how glorious my pump is, because let me tell you, it will be glorious. Ooh, buddy. My elbows are not having it, man. They are not having it. My elbows are screaming at me. And I remember this being an issue from the last time I ran this program, because there's just so much volume at such heavy weight on bench and on squat that my elbows are tweaking, and felt it today. Just kind of tender, dude. Feels like tendonitis, honestly, just kind of overuse, not having it. I kind of lose control of my bench about halfway down. I don't want to say I lose control of it, but it becomes hard to control, I'll say, because my elbows get so shaky about halfway down. It's just hard for my muscles to like maintain joint stability as I'm coming down with it. And I saw that today on my 3-count pause bench. Just it's man. And even on like skull crushers, I had to do some skull crushers today, and even that was tough towards the end because I don't know, just my elbows are not with the head. I don't think the squats yesterday helped. Heavy doubles like that, 2 sets of 2, just not great for the elbow. Having the squat stance that I have, and the absolute lack of mobility in every single one of my major joints, just makes for a terrible time. But hopefully it kind of, clears up and goes away. I am anticipating issues on Friday when I Larson press. And this is another reason that I kind of wanted to split the volume, or split the days up a little bit, and turn this into a, like an 8-day split, more or less. I don't know if I've talked about that on here before or not, but right now I'm running 5 days a week. Like a training week it's 5-day training split, right? And my training week is also, it's 7 days technically because I take 2 rest days. But right now I run 5 days consecutively. I go to the gym every day of the week, every weekday, Monday through Friday, I'm at the gym. And so then I take Saturday and Sunday off. And so I've toyed with the idea of switching my training week up from like a 7-day to an 8 or a 9-day training week, so that I've got, I'm doing 2 on, 1 off essentially. So I'll do 2 days on, rest day, 2 days on, rest day, and then 1 day on, rest day, and then 2 days on, rest day. So, because that last 1 day on would be a bench day, and I don't want to do a bench day and then follow that bench day up immediately with another bench, my heavy comp bench day. So I would take another rest in between there. So it ended up being like 8 or 9 days of a training week, instead of 7, just to give me a little bit more room in between all the lifting to recover some. Because right now my elbows are not happy with me, and moving into the heavier. Of course, this is the last block that I'm in right now. I'm in week 4, I think, week 4. So I got week 5 next week, and then week 6, and then I think I'll have to double check. But at some point, this drops off into 4 days a week, and so it goes from 5 to 4 days, and I cut out a bench day, and I think that's in 3 weeks. So I'll have to double check that. But when that happens, it'll be a little easier, and this is part of the reason why I like a 4-day split so much, is because it gives me the ability to stick to a routine during the week in the gym, right? Go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, still make gains, and have the weekends to myself. Right now I like to live during the week because everybody's kind of busy during the week. I have a schedule that I keep with work and with my family, and then on the weekends, my wife works, and I like to hang out with the kids. I like to do stuff. I'll hang out with my son, play with him. We'll go do grocery shopping, all that other jazz. I don't like to fit in a gym session on the weekends. My wife likes to go to the gym early in the mornings on Saturday and Sunday. We go to church on Sunday. So just cramming in gym sessions on the weekend is not ideal for me right now, and I don't really want to do that because we have a good groove as it is, and so I don't want to throw a wrench in that. So that's why I like 4-day a week, because then I can just I have a very adequate amount of rest even during the week. I do 2 on, 1 off, 2 on, 2 off, and it's 7 days, and it's not an issue. But this 5-day split where I'm benching pretty heavy, heavier than I benched the last 12 weeks on my last program, right? I don't know if I ever got above on bench or squat, if I ever pushed above like 80 or 85%. And so from going from running a program that's sub 85% to one that's like almost exclusively above 85% on all the major lifts, it's doing something to me, especially as I get older. these old joints. They just aren't as young as they used to be. So, anyways, probably will not switch it up because like I said, just enjoy the routine right now too much. We got a good thing going. Don't want to complicate things. So I shall endure. I shall endure. And we're going to continue to make gains regardless. So I hope this video isn't too shaky as I'm like driving. This truck ride's really rough. I mean, it's a 4-wheel drive truck, you know, they all do. But I'm just like, every time I glance over the camera, it's like spazzing out because I'm shaking so much. But anyways, yeah. Other than that, though, the training session went pretty well today. You know, I got a nice little pump. Nothing crazy. Just secondary bench day. We're going to do comp deadlifts tomorrow. It's nice and easy tomorrow, just recovering off of last week as well as the heavy squats this week. I got heavy squats again next week, 2 sets of 1 at 420. And then we'll do, what's next week's deadlift? I think next week's deadlift is also heavy. It's like 2 sets of 1 at 470. So that'll be fun. So I guess this is just like a little bit of a break before then, but yeah, it's you know, oh, she's here. I should probably park in the street then. But yeah, so until then, I gotta back this truck up and park it in the street because my wife is here. I didn't think she was here, but I'm gonna end this video now before it gets too long and drawn out. But yeah, I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be at the other gym tomorrow, so I'll record my deadlifts and my SSBs and stuff. So it'll be a good time. But yeah, until then, be safe, lift heavy, eat your protein, take your creatine, all that stuff. Enjoy life, and we'll talk tomorrow.